Needed to go horizontal there. That's my mistake all the time. On this one, making it tighter than I need to. Thanks, Neon. Hey, Puff. Thank you. Okay, that's phase 3 through 4. No hit. I gotta practice split. I kept thinking it was about to end, like when it was not even close. But especially when it was close to being over, I'm like, that's the last one. That's the last one. Bad way of thinking about this. I was just slightly behind the whole time. Alright, calibrated. Don't let me cheese this. I did not start from Starstorm. It's fine. Wrong. Try again. Three times in a row. minimum. Got nothing on that one. Just totally not even the spot. Okay, now I have to look at the blades. I have to. I don't know how to dodge this without looking like right at the blade, but I have to like check. I don't know. When they were the white blades, I was able to just look at the sole directly and see if it was connecting. I guess I can do that sort of here. Thanks, Ice Alias. Yeah, it's so much easier when I'm focused on the soul. Okay. Yeah, it's like I can do tight dodge. Well, I gotta stop talking. No worries, Puff. Thanks for stopping in just for a moment. I hope I can get a decent run today. I think it's likely. Well, yeah, decent run. Not winning, but I should get something if I don't spend too long practicing. This, I just got to clutch in the run, but at least I only have to do it a couple times. And I have to clutch a bunch else too, but surely it's fine. I'm thinking about the next thing I have to dodge instead of the thing I'm actively dodging right now, which is the more important thing. And I can go slower. Honestly, going faster makes it harder. See that I can do this 5 times in a row. I should have not been in that part of the box at all. That was very unintelligent. You don't leave a sliver and just hope that it's not gonna get... that a bullet's not gonna go right there. Go towards the conspicuous huge gap that is wide open and free. Wrong, just not even the spot ever. Hey, Akara. Use my eyeballs better. I'm doing well. I'm glad I have time to play most days. At least a little bit. Just, I need to not be on the left side of the box. I cannot do dodges the same way as if the box was entirely free. Staying towards the right is important. for less density. Unless it's mid-transition over. Okay, that was smart. That impossible challenge, or how impossible is that challenge? Like the, not what I'm doing now, but the 1 hour no hit night. No, this? Oh, okay. This is doable. If I didn't have other things, like a lot of goals in mind, if I wasn't so desperate to go back to vanilla game and master it, I would probably do a Ralsei only no-hit of this, but I'm doing basically one tier up from Ralsei only. The first part of Roaring Delta is different on Weird Route. This is not too impossible. I just need to basically no-hit the majority of the boss twice in a row, but maybe not even that. Whereas if I did Ralsei only, I would have to... the length of the boss fight would double and some, I'm pretty sure, which would equate to several repetitions through phases 2 through 4. Maybe one day I'll care about it enough to do it, but I'm going to settle with this for now, because I really want to move on to the Vanilla Night Challenge, because I know I already did no-hit Woodblade only, but I've the entire time been totally obsessed with doing a no-hit, like, with all of the, like, every conceivable difficulty parameter on. To the extent that now I'm tacking on Chapter 1 stats. Whereas before I was just doing something that was double the length of Woodblade only no hit, doing something that's triple. Yeah, so I'm gonna do Woodblade only. It's basically what I did before, except Chapter 1 stats, and I'm doing the weakest hit possible, like the first frame hit, every single time. Which basically means the damage I'm dealing starts at 4, ramps up to 6, and is just 6 the rest of the fight. And that is just under 250 turns. In actuality, it's 248 turns, including the turn where the knight turns white. 247, like, turns that you actually have to dodge, including the finale. But 246 turns that you have to dodge before the night glows, and it's the finale coming up. You can fail to do damage by doing a frame early. However, and I haven't tested this, I'm pretty sure that if I hit a frame late, because before I wasn't doing Chapter 1 stats, I was just trying to do Woodblade only weakest hits every time. If I hit 1 frame late, I would deal 10 damage instead of the otherwise maximum 9 damage that you can do. So every time I would do a 10 damage hit by accident, I would just miss the next turn. And then, which is super overcompensates. Like, 1 damage isn't even going to make a difference in the amount of turns, but I didn't want to force myself to do a frame perfect hit every time. So I just compensated that way and thought it was okay. Like, okay, let's just do an extra turn for every time I go extra. But now that just over the weekend, I enabled chapter 1 stats on that, whatever folder, file, whatever you want to call it, for that instance. If I do a 1 frame late hit, like if I do a 2nd frame instead of 1st frame, if I do a 2nd frame hit, I think it might still be 6 damage. And in fact, because the damage is so weak, it might even, like, I might even be able to be even later and it still does 6 damage, which would be perfect, because then I wouldn't have to worry about doing a frame perfect at all, and it really would just be, like, I wouldn't have to engage with missing on purpose ever. Like, I just need to make sure that I don't hit early, which is still probably likely to happen sometimes. And thanks, Ender. Okay, I'll do my best. Honestly, I don't know that I need to practice much more. I'm just gonna go for it. It's hard to say how many turns this will take because I am certainly missing crits a bunch, which basically makes you whiff a ton of damage. And I doubt I will get to a point of just dealing perfect crits all the time. In fact, and this is a particularly poor attempt, damage-wise. But I don't know by heart how many attacks there are. Yikes. $29, okay. I'm repeating phases 2 through 4 probably an entire time. But maybe not. This is start of phase 2. Oh, that was the first time it got me. I actually had my guard down for once. That'll never happen again. I forgot this is the exact same, or nearly the exact same attack. It doesn't have the ones that fly at you, but I just was not locked in at all. I did see that the box size might have increased a bit, or less stars in some way, slightly. It looked better. I could only watch a few instances on Puff Stream, but it seemed improved. And I think it's the best choice. I need to I did change my actuation point. So that's somehow coming into play. Now, overcompensating, undercompensating, again and again and again. I have not missed this many crits this bad, though. I'm sure I will take that version. You likely made the last change that will actually affect a run. And this is new, Neon. This is gonna come in the next update. I'm thinking 2.3 is probably the final, like, gameplay change thing. But I am not a developer, do not listen to me. It just seems likely. I did that wrong, but I recovered. You did not do that. I dodged that in such a weird way. Oh wait, you sent the thing on me to die. Oh, do I have the way to exit? I don't think that's in the version I'm on. That was like being made. Well, either way I have to restart to do this, so what am I talking about? This version will probably have it. Hey, what's up, Lexi? This challenge, or the challenge and the way I'm doing it hasn't been done before, but there's been a couple, or no, a few at least, no hits. With like stronger parties. There we go. Then how difficult is this compared to other things I've done? That's maybe tough, because I haven't done that much Deltarune stuff. Hold on, I gotta apply the patch. Okay. To think, I mean, it's not as hard as No Hit Sands 2 times speed. Omega Flowey. it's probably at least as hard as or harder, like likely harder than regular no-hit Flowey. But you also have to keep in mind, like, the skill you were when you first did each respective thing. That's where the intangibles of calculating difficulty come in. It's like, you get better after every challenge you do, and that transfers to the next thing. It's easy to... It's so hard. Like, I almost can't compare difficulty anymore. I mean, I can in a super broad way, but not really attaching to any specifics. Otherwise, I have to attach to all of the specific details that make it different. And how, with what's different overall, then how is it, like, how does the difficulty compare? That is where the conversation becomes really hard for me. I do not know. Oh, do I have to? I think I have to set up the music again. Probably not, but I just want to make sure. Just real quick, it's easy. Copy. Or actually, yes, I do, because I'm going off of the Steam launch now. There we go. Okay. But, this is not as hard as No Hit Sans 2x speed. It's definitely easier than that. But harder than... It's, again, No Hit Azrael, I'm trying to think of it. That is incomparable too, because most of the fight is easy. Besides the obvious. And then, now, the blue bone existing as a mini attack in the fight is, like, the hugest reason why it no-hitting at higher speeds gets ridiculous, because you have to have the the processing speed plus restraint, whatever you want to call it, like, super down well. But then also you have to be ready to move as soon as possible when there isn't the blue bone. It is funny you can do the jump, frame perfect jump thing, but that is not... It's not reasonable to do. At least in my attempting it, it's really not. Like, even when knowing or expecting it to come next, and I'm going to time this release perfect, I just, nah. I can't imagine in a real scenario doing it, but maybe it's the only way. And you just have to hope you don't get that many blue bones. Like, if maybe it's the only way 2.5 times speed can get done. Anyways, let me not stall for too long. Is there anything I missed? Oh wait, that's right. I'm on a new build. I would try normal and Weird Route Stars 3 because both were changed. I will try the Weird Route one. I honestly haven't even played normal virtually at all since the update, so like I wouldn't even be able to tell you how it was before. So I don't know that I got good input there. Okay, let's see. Oops, nice. Okay, more fly away. Okay, that actually is harder with the ones flying away when there's more of them. Sorry, it took me so long to talk. But overall, the dodging that you do at the end is less dense. I think this is a perfect compromise, yeah. Because the amount that would float away before just weren't enough to get me. Now this is like a genuine slight concern. Thanks, SRster. That's the pronunciation I'm going with. Yeah, I think it works. Do I have actually... Or wait a second. If I return and then return a title, I actually might be able to swap quick. So I think I will try. Yeah, I can do... Okay. Whoops. I did re-enable practice mode, yeah. Nope. Or yes. Okay. Box is bigger here. It moves over. Oh wow, yeah, this is some high velocity. So like that's the trickier part, maybe. Unless it just seems that way. But the density at the ending part is very, very, very manageable. Okay. I'm gonna go back to weird. Yeah, I think it can now be left untouched. I think it's in a perfect state in both routes. Though, I mean, it seems definitely fine enough in normal route. I don't know how it compares to the rest of the fight, but I highly doubt it's the hardest thing. And if it is, then yeah, it's not too bad. Still, okay. Did I read that? Yeah, I just gotta press escape to exit no-hit mode. And I kind of knew that was a thing. So once I saw it, I like insta-processed it. But good checking, because like people are known to skip shit. Good luck on the attack patterns. Wasn't paying close enough attention. Didn't reset the recording. Die. Wrong way. The different pace of Soul Splitter 1, I think, gets me more often than it should because, like, the pace of the other Soul Splitters, well, I kind of said it, and I almost said it with how I originally phrased it there. Because Soul Splitter 1's, like, teeth pace is different than the other Soul Splitters, it feels like awkward and I mess it up way more than is warranted. I just have to be hyper conscious of it, but not to the point of it screwing with me. If I can't get it, I'm gonna have to practice it specifically. Silly me. Okay, I'm gonna do it the other way because it actually is semi-difficult to go up some patterns. I have a foolproof method that might be slightly awkward at first, but it guarantees no fuck-ups if executed well. Bad. Nice multi-slash leniency. Or rotating slash leniency, I should say more specifically. Endo would not like to hear this, but honestly, I feel like I could practice for so much longer. Like, I could just go for phase no-hits in a row to, like, more guarantee my consistency when doing actual attempts. But I'm resistant to going that hard, because I'm like, I think I could clutch a run if I got a few chances to, like, phase 4. But I'm probably underestimating, like, how long the battle actually is, and maybe it is warranted that I do that much consistency practice. By phase in a row, I mean, like, not just chaining phases, which I have done a few times. I mean, like, doing phase 2 no-hit 5 times in a row or something like that. I need to shut up. That's the one thing I need to watch out for and remember for, because that's the one break-in pattern from something very obvious in the fight. Every other multi-slash is the same. Needed to go up left there. I think piercing blades will always be my least consistent. It's true, it's just pure reading, and sometimes, like, the reacting window is quite small. Just, like, I mean, well, I don't know. Like, you could always go a different way, I think. There's hardly any patterns where you're, like, entirely forced to move, but based on the choice you make, you have to react very quickly and correctly to be safe, more than just barely. I think I could get better with Splitter 2. But, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to, like, naturally get better at piercing blades. I don't know what's going on. I knew which attack it was, and then missing the crit made me forget. Doesn't matter, it was fucked. Honestly, missing the crit actually is a complete memory wipe. Like, it is upsetting every time. NCD? Kaizo? Not familiar with the acronym. No cooldown. Ow. Isn't that just for show? Well, that'll be very cool to see all the color. Oh, you did? I mean, I guess I see no cooldown as, like, similar to, like, a fireworks show. It just looks pretty. And I guess that's the full point. Needed to go diagonally through that time. I thought stuff would collapse sooner. No worries, Phantom. Sorry, I can't get enthusiastic about no cooldown. Could be a personal issue. Oh god. It's like, I don't know. I can only care about stuff that can be like seriously played. Which sounds like pretentious to say, I guess. But it kind of is what it is for me. Wow, fortunate patterns. Too long of a delay. Honestly understandable. I have not practiced that timing enough, but okay, it's barely any delay. That wasn't close anyway, so no need to be nervous. What's up, error? I still have somehow failed to get past phase 4. I think? On a no-hit run, I'm pretty sure I haven't achieved a loop yet, right? Well, the way I'm doing it, I need to do a decent bit more than just pass every attack. But this is promising. It starts from phase 2 again. It starts over from phase 2, I believe. And then it'll redo, like, every phase. I might have to actually pass phase 4 twice. Although, multi/3 doesn't come... It's like original night, right? Where multi/3 doesn't come until... I'm actually about to see the final, right? Unless, no, that's actually not how normal night works. I would see multi/3. I just wouldn't see it again. Actually, yes, I would. Because that's how normal night works. I'm thinking it works different for some reason. The no-hit mode is built into the mod itself. Oh, what the fuck? I actually thought I was fine. I guess I need to do more X moving than I thought. Or I just gotta get better at staircasing. Honestly, underrated mode of moving. Oh my fucking god. I keep going up. Like, I was stuck in my stupid pattern that I made up in that moment, which obviously wasn't, like, the pattern of the bullets were not going to adhere to. I need to intentionally have there be no pattern of movement to not tempt myself to do some dumb shit on piercing blades. And no worries, Endercat. Oh. Fire truck? Is it actual emergency or is it some like celebratory, you know what I mean? Where they go around the neighborhood for whatever reason. Kind of sounds like it is that one of those. The no-hits are actually going pretty well. I'm doing well and able to keep focus. at the cost of not responding to a lot of chat, but it is absolutely worth it. I'm finally making it to phase 3 a decent bit. Oh, my bad. See that, there goes to show I'm not looking at the whole chat to garner context. I mean, I guess I should have known the Lamau made it not for me. But unironically, I do plan on playing Deltarune Chapter 5 when it comes out. I'm unsure if I'm going to live stream it. The only reason I would, that I can think of, would be... Wait, what am I doing? That's fine. Pattern worked out. Only reason I would be to prove that, like, I didn't spoil myself. But I don't know if that's like a dumb concept. I don't want to incentivize anyone to not play it themselves right away if they have the means. And I can't imagine why someone would want to watch my playthrough more than like play through it themselves. But I know people somehow tune into like other people's first playthroughs. Like there's somehow viewers on streamers who do play Deltarune immediately. So just in case, and also because I will be more comfortable probably not being live on stream. I mean, yeah, some people don't have don't actually have the means to play it right away. That is true. But they also don't... If I were in that situation, I would not watch somebody else play it first. But I guess I can understand there being a subset of people who don't care to that degree. They just want to see and be caught up to speed with the fandom. Oh. Okay, I forgot. I wasn't paying attention. I scuffed it though. If I did play on stream, I would not have chat open. Probably goes without saying. But I'll probably do my own playthrough in private and maybe record it, and at most share it if I am open to it after the fact.
Hey, what's up, Don? In true, you might just need a little bit of, just a wee bit of practice extra on Jubble. Jubble just got some tricky ones. I'm not paying enough attention on that. I forgot the fucking thing for a second. I'm pretty sure I've had this explained to me, but what is an all misses no hit? How do you deal damage with missing?
Oh, pirouette, that's right. Forget about it. I never used that before. My bad. Needed to go out one pattern wider. If you go to the YouTube stream, there is a link in the description. Otherwise, wait a second, I can get it. I'm not used to where isn't safe, having to dodge the pattern differently on that. But I can't practice it reliably because as soon as I try to practice it, I just don't get bad patterns. Nah, it's readable. I thought it was I was pretending that I was in the middle gap and that I could just stand still. But nah, you're in complete danger and need to be ready to move at all times when outside of like the exact center top of that gap there. I just had a brain void. And we'll see if Kaizo Knight somehow sneakily makes it harder to return to Vanilla Knight. I think it would be at least awkward at first. I know it looks very strange to see Box Splitter 3 or Soul Splitter 3, whatever. Normally, the gaps between the fast and the slow are so massive. What are we doing? Don't ask. I have no idea. That was close for no reason. So a bit more consistency will get me there. I keep second guessing that I should try to move down to the like farther part away from the box slash. But doing all that unnecessary movement, I feel like would, despite giving me like more leniency because of greater distance, rushing to do that, I think, would make me less prepared to dodge the teeth upcoming. So I wouldn't be able to even, it would just counterbalance. But the way I just lost, I feel like, was because I was too close. But I mean, I was second guessing mentally at the same time, which inhibited reactions.
Dumb way to get hit by that.
Well, I'm actually shocked because it really looked like I didn't get hit by that. Wait, what? No, die. What was that? Leniency. I know I have not responded after like minutes, Lexi, but you are correct. In that, well, of course I agree with you. You're reaffirming that like hesitation is a major factor for failing, but also I think I'm close to remembering my strats and all of my like immediate like attack preparation. Like if I need to move to a certain part of the box right away, I'm remembering a lot more often now. Like a lot more. And I'm sorry, Error. I don't know if I'm going to respond to any of that. I don't know anything about Disbelief Papyrus. Well, I mean, like, I know it exists. But as far as, like, anything about the fight, not really. I don't know what it looks like. Okay, X holding and utilizing the leniency, the hitbox leniency was the way. Good trust. What am I doing? I just pre-decided the direction I wanted to go in and didn't even read the swords at all. Like, at all. No explanation. I don't have one. I'm sorry, I muscle memory fast forwarding into the next attempt and have not been able to read any of that. Oh wait, actually there's no way to stop it. Okay. I don't know. Okay, well, let's just read it. Recreated. It's annoying purple platforms that don't drag you along when they move. Oh, what? Interesting. Popularize them. Okay. Was it actually one of the first like custom boss fights? Surely not. I know it was at least one of the most popular. Also, give me just a sec. I need to be right back. 1 minute. Okay, but it was a pretty early on, highly acclaimed custom boss fight and popularized that purple platform thing. So instead of like the sands platforms that like drag you when you land on them, they're platforms that move but do not pull you with them. If I'm understanding correctly. Or what am I doing? I'm considering switching to a different thing before I end the stream. It would be individual vanilla knight attacks attempting to do the hardest ones 50 or 100 times in a row. That can probably be saved for off stream though. I don't know that would be... I mean, I can stream whatever I want, I guess, but I don't know if I feel particularly good about it. It can't be that interesting to see. Surely not as interesting as it is for me. I think it's necessary for me to do as a proof of concept, consistency-wise, for the hardest vanilla knight no hit I'm going for. I'm just feeling I'm gonna... Maybe I should just transition into practice at the end of this. Because clearly I could use a consistency boost. Just sometimes I'm misreading the splitter because I'm not actually comprehending how split the teeth are, which is the main factor. I just need to get better at swapping between viewing the screen wide and having like the micro awareness around the soul, the macro versus micro, if you will. And I mean, I've had this concept loosely in my head for a long time, but I've not super consciously put that into effect frequently. But the more I can be conscious of this, the better, because a lot of hits happen because I'm not looking closely enough at the soul, or whoops, didn't mean to do that, or because I'm talking. That also kind of makes it harder to react to quick reflex requiring things. I don't know what's with the absolute slop dodging on Crescent Slash. Like, I don't know what to do about that one. the timings are just not consistent, so I'm like having to vaguely guess based on how blue the sword is in my periphery, and for some reason I've only gotten worse at this. Or it's not consistent relative to the crescent gaps. I think I need to high-key memorize where between the gaps, if and when they do on that attack, basically like where the swords actually come down or strike. Nah. I gotta practice. I'm not consistent enough, clearly. Not even close. I need to not overcomplicate it and literally be up top like this the whole time. And I know that I could dodge it the way that I just failed to twice. I guess I need to just practice going in between when I don't, like when the bird isn't there. Well, the diamonds are always going to be in different spots, aren't they? I mean, maybe being low is somehow like... nah. Not a good idea. Never, right? It's like way too... No. Stupid. Oh, there kind of is an area, though, you can, like, circle around, though. About, like, right here. There's gaps you have to make. But if I don't go all the way up, I am keeping some options. It's a lot worse being closer to the top. Maybe things took a peculiar path this occasion. What am I doing? Welcome back, Eric. It's like it's like I want to practice, but then I don't. I'm like, nah, I know how to do it. It's just in the heat of the moment, I don't know how. Let me wait for the sirens to be over. It is not an actual emergency. It's like when the fire truck goes around the neighborhood. Oh, is it for late Memorial Day kind of thing? Is that what it is? I was like, what holiday or whatever is it? It's true, Lexi. Oh my god. I'm like, do I even bother closing the window at this point? They're driving past. They're driving past my street. Okay. Damn. I like that one. Oh. I hear people screaming too. I know there's nothing crazy going on. Okay. Okay, if I practice, what do I want to for? Multiple times in a row, phase no hits? Yeah. Is it necessary? Maybe not, but whatever. Phase 2. Ohio. Whew. Yo. Oh my god. Frenzy 2. Frenzy 2. Why did the... No, some... Like... The code was altered. 100,000%. Unless I just misremember the frequency on this. Like, look at this. Look at how frequent... I mean, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm just like... I swear when I was first practicing, this shit was free 80+% of the time. What happened to that? I'm sorry you used to live on a busy street and got woken up. That sounds literally awful and life disrupting, potentially. Honestly, it's better that I have to do some dodge. I just like this. I'm under practice. This has honestly been getting me a surprising amount, and yet I don't know how to practice it. Beyond, I guess, like forcefully dodging outside of the pattern, but like I can't. I don't know how I would dodge because I don't know how I would exactly be limited. Like it's case by case. I can't really practice a false bad pattern besides like, okay, going like that. Yeah, I don't freaking know. Okay, now I have to be towards the top. I kind of am focusing on the bird. It's just like, then when I focus on the swords, it's like entering the pattern is awkward. Maybe staying all the way up is the best. I thought it wasn't, but let me see that it's not. I could have still X dodged there. Maybe I'm messing up myself up more because I'm not choked all the way up. This is what I used to do, but I thought this was like the testing my luck too much way, but actually gives the most options. You now have the most time. I thought there might be another gap like over here too. Is this better? But can the timing somehow be worse over here? I'm waiting to see. I don't know, it doesn't really seem all that bad, actually. And actually, what about this? Pretty much do the same thing. Yeah, I don't like being in the dead center of, like, the V. I like being... I think that's more options there. What's the minimum number? Okay, I have to do quite a few movements over. Yeah, it just makes it easier to go between. Okay. Go with that. Even though, yeah, it's like more active dodging for the most part. It's just better that way. I'm thinking, like, how actually... Okay, they're really making sure the legit corners are... Nuh-uh? Wait, don't even tell me there's a blind spot in the left corner. That's just like way easier to... Okay. Whoops. Do this kind of thing. Well, is it easier? It kind of is limiting your directions. I mean, it makes it like visually simpler in a way. I can't say that it's like better. Wait. The dead center is fine. I just need to go left for the second wave. Okay. I mean, all I need to do is tap over once. Okay. Okay, seeing the okay, testing out the leniency in a bunch of different areas, I kind of get this a little bit more. So shouldn't be so caught off. But yeah, the fact that the top left corner is almost perfect. I want to see like how perfect it is, like if I don't move. If they're okay, it would be 100%. Why does this feel like the fucking bird is like spamming it when I'm there? What is that shit? You tell me this guy doesn't know? Like, wherever I am, it's like guaranteed to show up there. At least once. Well, actually with this, it can be totally normalized. And you can just react to like whatever part of the wave. Wait a second. You can just, because it's got to be consistent timings that it's a consistent rhythm that the bird spawns. So there's only so many iterations of this. However, the diamonds that float from wherever the bird happened to otherwise be can get in the way. I'd rather just be in the center and rotate a little bit. Seems like the easiest. Okay. Dodge the geometry dash waves. Could be fun. Wave seems... and yeah, in another timeline, Geometry Dash is the game I'm playing. Okay. Is there anything else I have even a slight perturbance with? Honestly, Vortex 3. I, for some reason, like, don't make use of the length of the circle a lot. See, like, there, I limited myself by going from the bottom of the box instead of the entire length of the circle. You sort of have to go, like, do a horizontal move a lot more, which actually I should just default to because this is wider horizontally, and I'm holding X when I don't even mean to. Whoops. I'm fucking up. Oh my god, I need to be ready instantly. Actually. I could do better holding X. I know I could. I'm pretty sure it makes it genuinely so easy. Or maybe I should just not hold X at all, and I need to not get hit by the lingering... I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced on most of the times I dodge this. It just feels a little too close, a little too awkward most of the time I dodge it. I'll forget the beginning rotation, because that's always just so fast, and I saw that coming, but for some reason wasn't actually ready. And I'm kind of losing it for no reason. Why am I not able to predict the way that the circle is moving? I guess it is, like, very random. I thought it was predictable. I gotta get that out of my head. Okay, I'm just gonna do a few more attempts. However many that means.
Thanks, Funny Toast. Really? Messing up in the most uncommon, unlikely of ways that I have not in recent history until now. Okay, don't dodge it like that, you bozo. Oh my god. I keep having an itch and thinking something's crawling on me, even though that's very unlikely to be the case. But I like have to go out of my way to like rub this spot against something, and that messes me up. Not worth mentioning every time, but that happens more often than I would like it to, which is greater than 0. Times. I cannot handle myself. Oh, okay. Go towards the bottom edge of the box. Don't be in the bottom middle. That ended up so awkward as a result. Or just die. I really should be getting past swords too. Like, I don't see any reason to get hit on swords too. Besides the fact that I haven't super practiced it, but didn't think I had to. Honestly, I thought it was better. Not over practicing it made me feel worse on it. But I think it's just that I never got a grasp of like what made it feel awkward and what didn't. It definitely is down to the choices I'm making of direction to go relative to the swords. But I think there's too many possibilities to like map out what, like to map out specifically what the best choice is for all these different scenarios. I just gave up thinking that was worth it. I don't think I have to. But I definitely need to react better in the moment. I'm like, I don't know, it's just annoying. Definitely not a very hard attack. Relative to the whole thing. Oh, it's dodgeable as hell. It just goes to show practice only matters so much. Like it doesn't, like how easy something feels in practice or how unlikely something feels to mess up out of context of the full run. Just the hard pill to swallow is that it almost doesn't really matter. What actually matters is the consistency in runs, which repetitive practice does help. But for whatever reason, it just inexplicably does not feel the same in a run, no matter like how early it is. But especially when it's a later attack, things feel way different. Not even necessarily because of nerves fully.
I think it has to do with preparedness overall. It's easy to be prepared in practice when you're repetitively doing the same thing over and over again. Or when you know what's coming, for sure. And, like, it's on your cue. Nice fucking defend and then miss. Oh. I want to cope so hard, but like, what was my mistake? I guess not dodging through the pattern. Honestly, if you want to be safe, you have to dodge through the pattern early. I think that's the only way. If you let yourself get cornered in the back of the box, it's kind of semi your fault. I didn't learn what was absolutely necessary, though, for safety. Now I kind of know. It's only phase 3. Only the first phase 3 at that. Is this gonna take longer than I want it to still? Even though it's not Ralsei only? Am I being a fool? I already could have no-hit the boss and moved on, but like, I decided upon this. I've fully decided upon it, but oh, you have no idea how much I want to play Vanilla Knight. Oh my god, you have no idea. But I can't bounce back and forth, because then I'm gonna end up not doing this or something. But I'm like, I'm Jackensteining it up in this. You're taking too long. Gotta resist the impatience. Those who take too long.
Those who take too long to take to. I worry that it's like difficult for me to keep my heart fully in both things if I'm alternating. But I haven't exactly tried, I don't think, in a long time. I'm just used to having full energy focused on one thing, and I can't move on until I'm done with this one thing mode of play, which can get grinding. I mean, they call it grinding for a reason. I haven't read your full messages, though. Or no, I guess I did. There probably is enough love to go around. And they're so similar, I mean, like, really, what does it matter? I guess it's like, the first no-hit on this happened so long ago, I feel like relevancy is, like, waning. Even though the freaking update isn't finished yet, and that's not even a concern. I honestly have nothing to be legitimately worried about. Unless I'm actually concerned that Dawn is going to somehow do the 1 hour no-hit before me. I'd have to take insanely long for that. But also, that could just reasonably happen even if I was going for Never-Ending Nightmare all the time. There is a 1 hour version. It's Kris only, weakest weapon, weakest hits, level 1, or sorry, chapter 1 stats. That makes the night take an hour. The sun is nigh what? Okay, I can't focus on this shit anymore. And also, it's pretty much time for me to stop. Oh, the time flies so fast every day. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. It might not only be Kaizo night, but It might be in my best interest for it to be per this exact topic. Yeah, I don't know. I'll extend my play a little bit longer by doing some individual attack practice on Vanilla Knight. But anyways, catch you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.